Hi, these are the June 2019 readings. And I just want to let you know before you dive into your reading that this is a month when Spirit is letting us know that it's especially important to really focus in on the guidance, to release the big picture and to go with the flow of things, to really flow moment to moment as much as possible, listening and following that guidance. It's different for every sign, but there's just so much happening this month that involves, really zooming in on that guidance and listening to it intently. So, there is a special resource for you in the description box below the video. You'll find a link. This will be useful throughout the month of June, and it's intended for those drawn to it synchronistically, guided to download it. So I hope you enjoy your reading. We'll talk soon. Hi, this is the June 2019 reading for Sagittarius. And have received guidance from Spirit that we are to focus in on just the cards for these readings, because the message is really that the focus throughout the month needs to be very strongly on the guidance that's coming through with as little distraction as possible, and with as little mind noise, and being able to screen out any anything that would get in the way from you following your soul's direction. And also you're being encouraged by Spirit to receive whatever messages you receive by actually looking at the cards a little bit more than in the typical readings that I do. So this is for Sagittarius for June 2019. What messages are there for Sagittarius for their greatest good and highest purpose? Thank you. Let's see. Wow, so a lot of cards are going to come out, Sagittarius. I'm feeling your energy to be not necessarily scattered, but just, a lot of different directions. I guess that is scattered by definition. Yeah, but this is some beautiful energy. I am getting with this Queen of Swords, and this Strength card really wants to come out for you, Sagittarius. You are going to be drawing upon the strength of the divine this month. The strength from your focus on your soul direction. This is very interesting. Very interesting. The Queen, the King, the Page. It's very royal spread. So I'm getting the sense that you are elevating things this month, Sagittarius. Taking things to a new, higher level. This is really, really fascinating. Interesting and fascinating are the words that keep coming up for you, Sagittarius. So I'm going to ask for a little clarification here for a couple things. Clarification, Spirit, please, for this Page of Cups for Sagittarius. Thank you. Okay, another King. Wow. There is certainly a lot happening for you, Sagittarius. A lot of different energies going on. King and Queen of Swords here. And this is clarification, please, for this Hierophant. Thank you for Sagittarius, this Hierophant energy for Sagittarius. Thank you. Okay, yep, here we go. All right, so for many, if not all of the signs, this month is bringing an energy of completion, of cycles closing. It's a really important time for things that are no longer in alignment with your soul purpose, with your heart energy, those things to be closed out. And in this case, a lot of these things are going to be social contracts, and particularly for you, Sagittarius, because you do have this Hierophant, which here is talking about these social contracts, these agreements, these partnerships, these very conditional societal arrangements, they're coming to an end in the situations, in the cases where they don't vibrate with you any longer. This Page of Cups is you being in the vibration of your heart, of your true self, your innocence, and moving forward in that truth, enthusiastically, in a pure childlike way. But there's some energies here kind of competing with that in June. And so what's going to be required is that you stay in your clarity, your Queen of Swords clarity, and that you allow your heart to lead you. This King of Cups here is talking about the depth of emotional maturity that you, Sagittarius, have come into in your heart through this journey, through this process, and allowing that to lead you. It's interesting because with the Page of Cups and the King of Cups, it's like, it's this energy of being in a childlike essence, but also being in command. And it is that letting your own inner child lead you in a very commanding way out of those things that are no longer right for you. And this is also going to include perceptions and conceptions of what a relationship is supposed to be. Your whole idea of what relationships and roles in your life are supposed to be, quote unquote, or should be, is completely shifting. The old way is completely ending. This Queen of Swords is going to be about you moving forward in that clarity in June and being very, very clear with others about those new perceptions and conceptions of your role in a relationship. Okay. So the only thing we haven't really touched on is this King of Swords, and this King of Swords is having to do with your mind in June. And it could also represent an authority figure, could represent kind of a figure who represents authority in your life now, like a father energy, or maybe a husband or partner who believes things should be a certain way, or who wants things to be a certain way and would kind of impose that on you. Or in many cases for Sagittarius, this is going to be about that kind of conditioning that you received as a child about the way things are supposed to be. And that may pop into your own mind this month, is what I'm getting for you. As you're moving into this beautiful heart energy, and as that is leading you, and as you are redefining, what your life looks like, what you look like, what your roles are like, and what your relationships are like, there may be some rigidity in your mind that you have to contend with. So when this happens, you have the King of Swords and the King of Cups. You're going to need to choose one, and of course, guidance, spirit would move you toward choosing to be in this King of Cups energy, which is that heart-led energy. And allowing that to soften, or just, move aside this kind of King of Swords rigidity, okay? So that's pretty complex and sort of heavy, Sagittarius. It's a lot more that way than some of the other signs. Yours is pretty complex and heavy with all those kings and that queen. I mean, I'm like seeing a chessboard, and it's just like these pieces being moved. It's like big strategizing is happening this month in June for you, Sagittarius. Strategizing, a real shift in how you're playing the game is what I'm seeing. Okay, the game of your life and being around other people and interacting, and what their roles are in your life, what your role is in their life. Okay, so this card lately, when I'm receiving it from the James Van Praagh deck, this is about, and it's called Messages from the Guides. This is about non-reacting energy. It is about taking a step back so that you can respond and not react. you know, responding from a place of soul guidance and wisdom rather than reacting in, you know, ego or fear or habit, you know, because it's also about moving away from those old ways of being just out of habit or reflex, right? So this is going to be really, really important this month, and I'm also going to pull a second message from this deck for Sagittarius. Abundance is your right. Okay. So this is going to be a month where it's a very, very key, you know, for determining how things are going to go from this point forward, for you to move into this vibration of embracing abundance, of knowing that it's yours, and of being in that frequency so that you can see more of it. So staying in moderation, staying in balance, staying out of reactivity, especially in the ego, and especially in those interactions with other people, and knowing that abundance is your right. You are that King of Cups. Abundance of joy, abundance of love, abundance of everything you could possibly want and need is your divine right. And it's a matter of just knowing that, like that king. Okay, beautiful. This is from Archangel Michael, and this is that beautiful, beautiful energy of the Page of Cups. That same energy of the Page of Cups in the same position here. That pure heart leading you, leading the way. This is from Mother Mary for Sagittarius. Allowing that pure, childlike heart to lead the way. It's also going to be really key for you this month, Sagittarius, to stay in the present moment fully. So, you know, that King of Swords came out for you. There can be a tendency to be rigid in the mind. There can be a tendency to want to plan, to want to project, to want to either go, you know, back to the past or forward to the future. But the key for you is going to be to stay in this moment, you know, and be in that vibration of abundance in every moment, this moment. Okay, this one moment is going to be very, very, I keep repeating, like very, very for you, Sagittarius, and it's like, you know, Spirit's really giving you a very imperative energy for this month, and it's just going to be, if you are going to use that King of Swords power for anything, use it to have that mental discipline to stay in the vibration with your words, thoughts, and actions. Stay in that vibration of abundance and of what you want your roles and relationships to look like, and making sure that they are, you know, soul-based and unconditional, not based on any, you know, idea of what you can do for someone or what you're going to be giving someone, but based on that soul connection, based on that, you know, pure love, that divine love, okay, for yourself first, and then allowing that to be reflected out. Archangel Raguel, clear sentience. Notice your recurring physical and emotional feelings as they signify divine guidance. It's going to be very clear in June that your body is letting you know what's right for you. Because that King of Swords energy was so strong in the spread, it's like you want to make sure, Sagittarius, that this month you're not at the mercy of your mind. Because if you're at the mercy of your mind, if you're at the mercy of that harsh King of Swords energy, that could wreak havoc on your body. He does not really care about, you know, how you feel. So that's your mind not really caring about how you feel. You want to move more into this energy. This king does care how you feel, okay? And so listening to your heart, being in the present, letting that heart lead you in that pure, innocent love is going to be key this month, okay? And then I'm just going to ask for one final message for Sagittarius for June. Thank you for June. One last message for Sagittarius. Thank you. The Hermit. Oh, you have 2 coming out, and the Ace of Swords. So yeah, a lot of heavy sword energy this month. And again, it's just the guidance is don't allow the King of Swords rigidity to rule you or to wreak havoc on you in any way. Stay in, use that sword to your benefit, because this Ace of Swords is clarity. It is knowing your truth, and it is moving forward into a new beginning in your life in that truth, making sure that all of your physical circumstances, relationships, every aspect of your life reflects that truth to you. And this Hermit is going to be a key to you getting there. I keep saying the word key too for you, Sagittarius. So, yeah, swords and key, and it's just like all of this. I don't know. I feel like there's sort of a code happening that goes beyond even the symbolism of the tarot here in your reading. Maybe it's for someone specific. So if that's you, let me know how that resonates. But it's a lot of kind of medieval feeling energy for you, Sagittarius, in a way that, like I say, it either resonates or it doesn't. But this Hermit is about holding up the light, and in the lantern is the star. And the star is that essence of what is leading your soul, what is important to your soul, what is leading you forward, what is your truth, what does rule you. And it's about just making sure what rules you and what leads you is divine. Okay? Divine and not of the mind. Okay? Not of the ego, not of fear. Beautiful. Okay? So, I hope that this is helpful to you this month, and I hope you let me know how it resonates, and have a wonderful June. We'll talk again soon.